Hello, can everybody hear me? Yeah. Hi, and welcome to the first annual Spark West Virginia High School and Middle School Business Plan Competition. So we're super excited to kick things off today. I wanted to just kind of give a warm welcome to everybody. We have tons of teachers, educators, staff, faculty. We have some wonderful judges, a ton of very dedicated parents, and of course, our super enthusiastic and excited students who will be competing today. So just a little bit about Spark West Virginia. It is hosted by the Adventure Group, where I'm a program coordinator, and it is made possible by the Appalachian Regional Commission and by the West Virginia Department of Education. So we wanted to just kind of congratulate the finalists and then also give them one more chance to take a photo so that they know their cue for when they will be up next. We're going to start with our small businesses, which was created to kind of give a voice and a platform for those who already have all sorts of pre-existing businesses that they are currently running or plan to run within their local communities. So these are our hobbyists who make all sorts of different crafts, any sort of goods like that. And then we have our big ideas, where we're trying to give a platform for those who have these wild, crazy innovations, their apps, their big dreams that they would love to give voice to, and hopefully have the support of you all today. And then, of course, I want to give a big thank you to our Spark West Virginia judges. We have Dr. Carrie White, Michelle O'Connor, Mark Sarver, Maddie Bram, and James Coble. So big thank you to you guys for coming out and helping judge today. So first up, we have Asa X Nails. Just look to Emily when you're ready, and she'll start the timer to count down. Okay.
Good morning, judges and guests. My name is Teresa Huynh, a senior at Wheeling Park High School. I currently operate a press-on nail business, and I'm hoping to expand my products. I currently operate a press-on nail business, and I'm looking to expand my products. I am a nail technician, as well as I work at a nail salon. Now let me talk to you about the products that are laid out in front of you. Imagine where impeccable nail beauty is not just a luxury reserved for those with endless time and resources, but an everyday reality for everyone. Press-on nails is expected to increase significantly between 2023 to 2030. With a 2023 to 2030 increasing for changing consumer preferences and demand with advancements to technology. As you can see the chart up here, the market is over $3 billion and is expected to increase over the next 7 years. As you can see, the press-on nails that are laid out in front of you, they are already done for you, and you don't have to go to traditional salon visits with unique designs and trendy nails. The price for press-on nails is starting from $35 to $45, starting from 35 to 45, and custom press-on nails are at 50 to 80. When you go to nail salons, when you get acrylic nails, they're 45 to 100. And after 2 to 3 weeks, you come back, get a fill, they're about 35 to 100. So press-on nails reduce the risk of infections, as well as they are disposable tools. And for traditional nail salons, they use harsh chemicals and may cause skin and respiratory irritation by using reused tools. There are multiple customer segments. That are out there, but my main targets are teens and young adults. Press-on nail advantages can be convenience, time saving, not having to make appointments, and having it out there already done for you. And you can apply it very easily in minutes. They also are durable for an extended period of time when reusing press-on nails. As mentioned earlier, health alternatives are non-toxic and eco-friendly. My revenue streams for basic sets are 35 to 45, with a cost structure for production supplies is $13 per set, giving you a gross margin of 63 to 71%. As we offer customization designs and subscription models, the subscription model starts from 40 to 80 with a premium subscription, starting 7-day free trial with granting access to exclusive and high-quality sets. For future expansion, we plan to launch pop-up shops that gives you direct sales as well as customer engagement and e-commerce store in the near future. Judges, I am seeking for $1,600 for 2 design machines that'll increase my production and will help me with my basic sets, more focus on my customization sets. In conclusion, I am here to ask for help for Isa X Nails could be the next new leader for taking care of price friendliness and nail care for customized press-on nails industry. Thank you.
So you currently manufacture these and seal them yourselves without
Yeah.
the machine?
Yes.
Okay. How many are you making now, and how many can you make now without?
Now, I can make them about 3 sets. Each set takes me about an hour and a half for basic sets, but for customization, it takes about 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. Are these reusable?
Yes, they are reusable. Once you use the glue, it's non-toxic, as well as once you use them, you can soak them in soap, and they will come off in like a few minutes, and then you can reuse them for events or later on.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, good presentation. An interesting product. I'm not a nail user, but I know that a lot of people are.
Right.
There's other types out there. How is yours a little better than what I can buy off the shelf?
There is more unique designs as well as they're hand drawn. And the nails are Gel X, so they're very durable. They're not like stores that are very thin and break off easily. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Do you have a question?
You were By the way, great job. That was wonderful to listen. The design machines that you want, the $1,600, what goes into these design machines? What type of machine makes
So
this?
they're the nail design machines, and they're updated with software with different types of design machines. And once you put one set in there, they print out about a few minutes, when I have my time taking about 2 to 3 hours focusing on that, which they can make about 10 sets in 2 to 3 hours for me.
So have you been trained on that machine, I guess is what I'm after?
Yes, so I did some research, and I'm planning, with your investment, I'm planning to order some and to produce more production to my press-on nails.
Very cool. I just didn't want there to be a machine that you were like, oh gosh, I don't know how to use this thing, but I think it's awesome, you know?
Right, it seems very easily. They have directions already, but it's very simple directions on using the design machine.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, up next, we have passing tie.
The other one? Yeah. Yeah, if that's okay with you.
Is it under here?
Yeah. I thought they were. Have to keep.
London.
I can't even. I'm gonna just have to stand like this because I haven't clicked. Alright, I can do this. I can do this. Which way are you pointing? It'll be like this. I'll just put like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to the one and only Passing Tie. My name is Enrique, and I'm the owner/chef.
My name is London. I'm the front of house manager.
And my name's Libby. I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
Do you have a craving for fresh, delectable food? Come on by to Passing Tie. All of our ingredients are bought fresh and used quickly.
Out shopping? Visit us. Need a quick meal between classes? We're open. Are you getting out of the gym? Take a lunch break.
We are focused on keeping our food healthy and delicious. Say goodbye to basic Thai. Our select seasonings are based on the traditional roots of Thailand.
Our goal is to serve you fantastic food quickly with great timing. We believe creating unique and healthy dishes isn't a job but an art. We take our time to perfect our food out of respect for the culture and our customers.
Each item that leaves our kitchen has been made passionately, every step of its journey. From the kneading of the noodles to the boiling and even down to the seasoning, each recipe is followed traditionally and the way it's supposed to be made.
No shortcuts, no cheating, just traditional, tasty Thai food that fills the gap in our community.
We noticed the lack of quick, healthy, good meals and have decided to act on that. Morgantown has a thriving food scene but needs more Thai options.
The nearest Thai restaurants are 10 plus miles away, but our location near offices and colleges provides a built-in lunch and dinner crowd. The median household income is $69,000 with millennial and Gen Z diners who appreciate ethnic cuisine.
In surveys, 87% of nearby residents expressed interest in more Thai dining options. We also want to provide a quick alternative to cooking, because when you're busy and trying to get things done, nothing is better than a quick, healthy meal on the go.
We are aiming at young professionals and college students so they have some place to come when they want fast and healthy food.
Thailand is a beautiful country with large, stunning mountains, stone spires, and the beaches are clear and blue. The locals are friendly and welcoming, and the culture is fascinating and unique. With all these features, it's hard to focus on a single thing.
But the food reflects the country, and each ingredient represents a specific part of Thailand, as well as the dishes that are all perfected. Eating Thai food is like visiting the country. Don't believe it? Try it. It's worth every bite.
Try our specialty, Pad Thai. These dishes are aimed towards our younger audiences.
We ensure our portions are a good size for a reasonable price. And no matter the order, our staff will happily assist you every step of the way. Passing Thai will be open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. Monday is our closing time.
Thai food is one of the most popular ethnic cuisines worldwide, with growing demand from consumers who appreciate its diversity, flavor, and health benefits. Quick, casual food is always popular on nights people don't feel like cooking because it's fast. Thai food isn't very common in the quick, casual scene, so this would set us apart and bring something unique to our community.
Our profits not only help us keep our restaurant running, but also support a cause near to our hearts. The Elephant Nature Park, located in northern Thailand. They're an elephant rescue facility that takes elephants from circuses and other abusive situations and gives them a home to play and be free. Passing Thai pledges to donate 5% of our profits from our Passing Thai music event to this organization.
One of the advantages of running a Thai food business include high demand from consumers. Our profit margin is anywhere from 15% to 20%.
Here's an example of our SWOT analysis.
Our strengths include our food quality, Thai food being new, authentic recipes, experience management, and contemporary ambiance.
Our potential weaknesses include fluctuating fuel prices and that we are not a well-known brand.
Our opportunities include quick food equals more customers served equals more money made. Passing Thai is also sponsoring a music event and is growing the lack of Thai restaurants.
Our potential threats include other quick service restaurants that will compete for customers. And we have our Passing Thai mobile application. If you look on your packets, there on the flyers, there's a QR code you can scan. Here's the ROI breakdown for that. There's the initial $4,000 needed to develop the app, and with a projected 60 customers a day, meaning 1,800 customers a month, with our average item price being around $15 and a $75 charge every month in app upkeep. So the profit of $22,925, our ROI ratios that of 5 to 1. Here's Enrique with our 3-year projection.
Here are some of the numbers from our 3-year projection. Our net sale for 2024 is $700,000, and our cost of goods sold is $306,000. Our net sale for 2026 is $1,076,400, and our cost of goods sold is $280.
Here are our capital requirements. Our restaurant costs a total of $582,660. Passing Thai owners have invested $228,147, and we are asking investors for $354,513. These pro forma figures are based on things that you see on the screen, like labor, utilities, and wage expenses. And we hope you invest in our business. Thank you for your attention. We appreciate your time. On behalf of the minds behind Passing Thai, we invite you on our journey.
Excellent presentation. Love your enthusiasm. Have you thought about a food truck version as opposed to the expense of going to a restaurant, physical location, the ability to take that product into more places than just the one spot?
So we did consider a food truck when initially designing this, but we decided that we wanted to have a brick and mortar restaurant for that reliability of, oh, I want to go here and I know where it is, versus trying to track it down, and the like.
And we also are a quick casual restaurant, and we also have to-go orders, which allows us to generate more revenue that way.
Okay, great presentation, I agree. Why Thai?
So Thai food is something that we all enjoy eating up in Morgantown, but honestly, it gets kind of exhausting because it is so far away, and neither of them can drive. And so when we want to eat it, I have to pick them both up and then go to the Thai restaurant, and that costs my gas money, and it's pretty expensive to eat at Thai food places. And so we wanted to create something that was cheaper and closer to our homes, so we could actually go eat there.
And we also took a look at some numbers. Asian restaurants are growing in certain areas, and especially Japanese, Chinese, and Thai food. So we chose Thai food as it's raising money quickly.
Do you guys know how to cook it?
Yes.
So are you going to go to culinary school or anything to be able to have restaurant management as a skill to add to what you're doing? Or are you guys going to graduate school and go for it?
So I personally wanted to go to culinary school to get a degree in hospitality and management and like food-based stuff. And so I would personally like to go the college route. And so with these winning monies, I could go to those culinary schools because they are expensive.
I personally don't plan on furthering education, although I am at MTech right now.
Okay.
And with those certificates, I can
Absolutely.
get experience rather than going to further education.
I have a kid that graduated from Pierpont Culinary, so it's a good option.
Yeah, I plan on going to community college, Pierpont College.
Good job.
So I guess my question would be like, how are you going to make sure that it's authentic Thai food? Because sometimes you go to a Thai restaurant and it's not very authentic. And my stepmom, she's actually from Thailand, and so she's always looking for those authentic ones. So that would be something to consider.
So we can confirm the authenticity of our foods because we have studied them, and we also, any spices that we need that are from Thailand, we import them at a reasonable price, so that way we can ensure quality flavors and something that locals would enjoy.
Is it gonna do the 10? Okay, there we go. Hi, my name is Julian Rains, and I am 18 years old. I have one question. How many of you guys have pets? See? Many. 71% of West Virginia households have pets according to petadvantage.org. That's the second highest percentage of any state in the nation. That's why I wanted to create G+P Vet Services. I am a senior this year. I am planning on attending West Virginia University in the fall and double majoring in both business finance and animal sciences. I then will take my combined educational paths to apply to vet school. I am the founder of G+P Veterinary Services. The name comes from my adopted pets, Gypsy and Phoenix. Gypsy is a blue tick and husky mix, and Phoenix is a orange tabby cat that I found on the side of the road. The description of my business is an all-purpose veterinary clinic that specializes in saving and rehabilitating animals that come from any background, saving them from side of the road, for example, or even just rehabilitating them from like aggression. This would also make it accessible for lower income individuals to get the family pet, like their family pet, the help that they would need. Some of the problems of the vet clinics in my area of north central West Virginia, many people are living paycheck to paycheck and they don't have the extra funds to go and pay the outrageous prices at the vet. For my dog's surgery, I spent over $900 the other month. Since West Virginia is a veterinary desert, many clinics are overrun and they have months waiting lists, so they can't take an emergent case like if an animal was hit by a car. Availability, many clinics, they're not open more than 10 hours. They're a 9 to 5 business. And the ones that are, there might be one in a 3-hour vicinity. Some of the perfect solutions that I've come up with is I would apply for many grants offered and collect donations to be able to provide the lower cost to customers. Time, I'd have a clinic to relieve the burden upon other clinics in the area, causing them to have more time to take care of other animals that I cannot get to. Availability, I'd employ many veterinarians at my clinic to have coverage at all times and people to be able to do for on-call work. Marketing, the way I would market is word of mouth, radio advertisements, flyers posted around town, posted in humane societies, posted in other vet clinics, have a little connection to them. My opportunity for this business is the fact that there is no business around that is like mine. We have very few actual vet clinics and none that are low cost for people that need it. One target group is animal lovers that are on government assistance. They cannot provide the care of the pet that they have. The others would be volunteer animal capturers that help with the decrease of feral and stray animals by sterilization procedures. The fun fact that's not so fun is the average vet bill in Fairmont, West Virginia is over $600 a visit. I'm here to ask for $16,000 to finish funding my education, to have the knowledge and degree that I need to run this business. For the longest time, my parents in the audience have told me, you cannot save them all, but I will do that. I will save every animal I can, dog, cat, raccoon, duck, chicken, don't matter to me. 16.8% of West Virginia citizens are below the poverty line. 40.2% are in the lower class, 40.2%. Expenses. This is my big slide. I want to be able to pay the going rate for both vet techs and veterinarians. So my salaries come to about $500,000 a year. That is very pricey. I would like to do my place of business a one-time cost of $600,000 for approximately the size that I want. And then I have a bunch of other fees. But I'd like to consider my business as a benefit corporation, or in short, B Corp, to have lower cost, as in the pamphlets, for the people of lower income. My revenue, I will make approximately $1.22 million a year if I can keep the books full. Oh, that one. Thank you for your time and consideration.
ton. We lose time, valuable time. Great presentation. I am also an animal lover, so I share that with you. My question, though, is what is the alternative to what you're doing? Is it that we just have these animals euthanized, or do they just run around? What's the alternative?
A lot of the times in my neighborhood, we have cats on the porches. They just run around and they aren't sterilized. So they're rapidly increasing. And there's no one in the area that has the availability to do it or in their price range, because it's $300 to get a cat fixed. So if you multiply that by 10, no one has that type of money.
Follow up and then I'll stop. And I think the reason I asked you that, and that was a great answer, I think the problem's bigger than your love of animals. You know, there's diseases, that leads to a lot of bigger problems and that you're solving. So I think, think about that too.
So when you started to do your research on the grants to help fund the business,
Yes.
what did you find?
I have found it's actually one that West Virginia has. It's a very big one, but there's no businesses that are willing to take part of it because there's certain stipulations that you must follow. It's the North Central Animal Friends Grant.
Okay.
And it pays $50,000 a month.
To do exactly what you
Do
want
exactly what I want to do.
There you go.
And with that should be able to I should be able to pay for every single surgery.
And then partner in with Humane Society, and then you're planning to
Yes.
be in North Central West Virginia.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah. Good presentation. Good research.
Love the passion. As someone who has a dog that loves the kitty nuggets, which causes us to have to go to the vet more often because of the kitty nuggets. It's an hour and a half drive for us to take our dog
Exactly.
to the vet. And I love the idea. I think it's so needed, and I appreciate you willing to put the work in to go get it done.
We actually had a rabbit. It makes me a little teary-eyed when I talk about him. His name was King, nicknamed Potato. He got sick one day seizing on the floor, and my stepmom had to drive 3 hours to the nearest emergency vet for a rabbit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mad Jammer.
I am hungry. I'm going to be sitting here eating. No questions from me. Right? I know. Just take a bite out of it and then I'll take it back. Lick it and they won't take it back.
Yep.
Ready? Sure.
Hi, my name is Madeline Haddix, and I'm here to tell you more about my small business, The Mad Jammer. I'm a 16-year-old student, and I started this business in early 2021 at the age of 13. So it all started when during COVID, my parents and I saw a TikTok on how to make violet jelly. Well, we had way too much than we needed, so we sold the extra on Facebook. And then after the first batch sold, we started getting requests for more jams and jellies like strawberry, grape, and raspberry. At that point, I decided that I didn't want to just do the common flavors of jams and jellies, but also unique ones like carrot cake and pineapple upside-down cake. Over the summer, we then started canning produce from our garden like salsa, peppers, and pickles. And I also started reaching out to small businesses, and I now have shelf space in 2 stores in Taylor and Harrison County. My parents and I also created a Facebook page, and we now have 1,200 followers. So the purpose of the Mad Jammer is to create the freshest jams, jellies, salsa, and pickles without using any pesticides. And the value of the Mad Jammer is to provide unique flavors of jams and jellies. So my target customer would be local people that are looking for homemade jams and jellies. You can be 6 months or older to eat this, and I'm sure to have a flavor that you'll love. So, since each batch is handmade and made with the freshest available ingredients, there's going to be a higher quality of product than what you see with everyday jams and jellies, which would make this more appealing to the middle class. So the problem with jams and jellies in chain stores is that they use additives and dyes and they're mass produced. And they also have a very limited flavor selection. But when you buy from the Mad Jammer, I can ensure that you won't be ingesting fillers or additives. And I also have a wider variety of flavors than what you get at chain stores. And I also have many options of fresh organic products. And the Mad Jammer customers are also educated on ways to enjoy jams and jellies, like pouring it over cream cheese, pouring it over ice cream, using it as a vinaigrette, or using it as a glaze on ham. So for the cost of goods sold, I took two of my most commonly sold goods, which would be carrot cake jam and pickles. So for the average cost per jar, I multiplied all the ingredients and the supplies. And for carrot cake jam, it costs around $1.91 to make, and for pickles, it costs $1.68. So carrot cake jam makes 9 jams per batch, and for pickles, it makes 18. So for the total jars per batch, I did the average cost per jar by how many jams it makes per batch. And for carrot cake jam, it's $17.19, and for pickles, it's $30.24. The gross profit margin for carrot cake jam is 73%, and for pickles, it's 76%. The overall gross profit margin is 74.5%, and the gross sales since inception is $15,000, and the net sales is $11,475. So there's also additional revenue streams that the Mad Jammer does. So we do partnerships with local cafes and stores, like we most recently got in touch with Rendezvous in Grafton, and I've now been allotted shelf space in their store. We also do farmers markets and craft shows. So in Bridgeport, once summer starts, there'll be a farmer market up there. And there's also First Friday in Grafton that I participate in. I also do bulk purchasing, which is where if you buy 4 or more jars, you get a $1 discount off of each jar. And like I said before, I'm able to fill specific flavor requests from customers. So there's many things that make the Mad Jammer operate. So we start tending to our garden in early May, and we tend through it daily throughout August and September to give us the freshest available produce that we can. But if we had a high tunnel, we'd be able to have this fresh produce year-round. But a high tunnel can cost anywhere from between $4,500 to $10,000. And there's also other things I could use, like smooth-faced jars so the labels can adhere better, and also, again, labels so they adhere better. And there's some things that are cheaper to buy in bulk, like lids and pectin. I would also like to start investing in Splenda so I can make jams more diabetic friendly. And there's other things that would help me, like an automatic mixer so I can get more accomplished, and also a larger water bath canner so I can make more jams and jellies than with the smaller one. So my personal ask is $10,000. And I would like to thank you guys for allowing me to be here and to present to you my pitch.
So tell me how you came up with the different flavors. First off, great presentation. The second off, how did you come up with the amazing flavors?
Lots of just like asking people like, hey, what do you want to see more of? What would you like? And lots of people have pretty good ideas and lots of random flavor requests. So I started building it up from there and started like Googling recipes and kind of made it into my own thing.
Good job.
I just want to know the time that goes into gardening all this stuff that you're having
There's
to
a
put
lot
in.
of
This
time.
is really big. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of time that goes into it, a lot of after school hours, and like over the summer, it's a lot of tilling, a lot of planting, starting the seeds. Like we just started last week, starting the seeds in the house, and then we'll plant them into the garden after first frost.
This high tunnel consideration, have you looked into any like the 4-H clubs and things like that that have been working with donating those types of structures?
We have, but it didn't really get that far. Like we kind of asked, and we never really got an answer back, so.
Thank you for that was delicious.
I say if you want more, there's some back in the corner.
Don't
so.
tease me like that. I will be back there. So 2 questions. 1, do you need a commercial kitchen to make these? And 2, do you have an e-commerce site where you can sell it directly to individuals?
We don't need a commercial kitchen. Right now I'm making it from our kitchen. And what was your other question? Sorry.
Do you have an e-commerce site where you can sell it direct to the consumer?
No, we do not yet.
Yeah, I echo everything they said. Delicious. Where are you located?
Grafton.
And what is your long-term goal with this? Is this something you want to do on a full-time basis?
I would like to do that, yeah. Then
Okay.
go into cooking class and go to college for that and just expand my footprint even farther.
Great. Yeah. Great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I also thought it was amazing. All of the flavors, super good. I think you should look into shipping because I think a lot of people would buy them from other places as well.
And I guess one final question I have, I know under West Virginia law that you are exempt from having a commercial kitchen because of the cottage industry ruling. At what point in time are you gonna, at what level are you gonna have to go from the home kitchen to a commercial kitchen?
I think once my footprint expands farther and I have more stores, I guess it'd be the point that I need more space to do more.
That
So I
makes
guess I'd
sense.
have to figure that out when I get there.
Yeah, but you've got it in mind.
Yes.
There you go.
I am Seth Tobias,
And I'm Brian Euler.
and we are Printer Bros. So as a short introduction, we are both a part of TSA and our CTE program at UHS.
We are both experienced in 3D printing and 3D modeling.
We have incorporated both of those ideas into our designs for our CTE and TSA projects to go on to the state and national level. Printer Bros originally started as a podcast idea to just talk about the 3D printing industry and just research that's going on in the area, but we fell in love with the idea of actually selling 3D printed products that we scrapped the podcast idea and just moved on to this.
As you can see, I have an example up on the board of a Ford Mustang that is a little piece of wall art that we would be planning to sell at some point. That costs $5, correct?
Yes, $5 without shipping. And Printer Bros is fully committed to transforming the 3D printed landscape within the Morgantown and surrounding area. Our vision definitely expands, it expands just beyond little things. We want to actually have real-world applications with our own products.
The biggest problem that we face in the 3D printing community is really getting our name out there and having the necessary funding to fuel our ideas, such as having more 3D printers for more manufacturing and filament costs, which we are working on as we are looking into filament recycling and having more research into that.
as well as developing our own ideas, such as our own filament and 3D printer. Which brings us right into our target market. Printer Bros is wanting to specifically target really anybody from entrepreneurs to small businesses, specifically for roto prototyping and for custom designs.
Our biggest market right now is in the Morgantown area at our homeschool, University High School. But we are looking forward to moving on to a website, and at the moment we are working on getting an Etsy page up and running.
These are just some of the products that we commonly sell throughout our school and throughout the community. We do expect all of these costs to drop over time as we expand as a business and get more 3D printers.
The reason for us wanting to participate in this competition is really to get our name out there and get the necessary funding to fuel our 3D printing ideas.
So, of course, what does the future look like specifically for Printer Bros? It doesn't matter how anything goes today. No matter what, we just want to get our word out and expand on our 3D printing recycling materials, because we really want to focus on sustainability within the industry, since if you want to recycle your own filament, you have to build something for it, or if you don't have the capability to make something for it, you have to ship it, and the closest one to us is in Philadelphia or Columbus, Ohio.
We are also looking forward to, at some point, maybe partnering with Autodesk, so you will have your own way to create your 3D models, because one of the biggest parts of 3D printing is getting the 3D models to print, and not all of them are out there. Most of them are copyrighted and want you to pay for them. But this has large applications, especially if, let's say, you broke the knob off your drawer. You could easily just model it yourself with a little bit of knowledge. It doesn't take too long to learn, and prototype that into a functioning knob.
As well as expanding on and being in contact with other businesses in the area and throughout the United States to help them with rapid prototyping, as that is not a current viable option. Thank you for your time.
And I want to thank you for letting us come out here tonight.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Are you just 3D printing objects that you have like set stock for, that you're like, we're gonna print these items like these that are in front of us? Or would this be a company where you're printing off objects that are needed? Like if I were to break a plastic piece on my shower and I wanted you to make that part, like how's this work for the customer?
So at the moment, we are really only printing set models that we have, but in the future, we would like to move more towards custom models and that type of thing.
And the way to really just do that is to send us an email, and we'll work with you. We'll give you a price quota of what that should roughly cost.
Do you have a list of all the items that you're willing to print now?
You can't see it, but
These are things that we have already printed and sold to the public, mostly in school. There's been a little bit of outsourcing, but at the moment, we are pretty limited.
Okay, good presentation, very interesting. Two things, one big thing, one little thing. Big thing is, do you have an ask?
our ask is $8,400 to $10,000.
The reason for that is we are looking to get more 3D printers and to further our knowledge in 3D printing, and they're pretty pricey at the moment. It's hard to find a good printer for under $500.
And with the printers that we have, we want to conduct our own research and collect our own in-house data to later develop our own 3D printer.
Okay, and then little thing on, I think your very first slide, avoid throwing out abbreviations to us because it was just like abbreviation, 3 in a row, and I was just like, what are we talking about? So don't assume people know what all those abbreviations mean. Small thing.
Good presentation. A little jealous because I've tried to figure out 3D printing and I can't. So congratulations. There seems to be a space just in the business world between making the one prototype and mass producing that could utilize some high-speed 3D printing to make 20 of something as opposed to one. Have you guys looked into any of the equipment that it would take to do more of the high-speed printing to do somewhere in between prototype and mass production?
So there are two different sets of printers, kinda. There is manufacturer printers and hobbyist printers. There is a hobbyist printer. I don't know how much you know about it. It's called the CR30. It's pretty much a printer on a conveyor belt that will just pump out continuously.
As a way to mass produce.
Yeah.
And you can definitely use the same idea for developing a prototype as well.
DJ's Rugs.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dylan Johnson. I am the creator and the maker of DJ's Rugs. Right now, I'm going to show you some of the rugs that I have already created on the screen. The one in the top left of the Celtics one is actually the process of the rug being made, and all the other ones are just ones that have been sold. And then the two in the bottom left are y'all have in front of you. My name is Dylan Johnson. I'm an 18-year-old senior out of James Monroe High School out of Glenside, West Virginia. I enjoy my times making rugs, and I plan to take it further. What I plan to do with my business in the near future, I got a lot of questions about an e-commerce thing and an online store, and I do plan on making one of those to expand through farther than local businesses. But on there, I'd like to offer a customizable option and a set of local rugs such as West Virginia, Marshall, and other business options. Business options being rugs that I've already made for other businesses that they are selling and showing to other people. The pricing for it, which is a question I got a lot on my BMC and other things, I usually price $50 a square feet, and I can go as big as 4 square feet. The frame that you see right there is actually the frame that I used to make it on. It is hung by a cloth called monk's cloth, and that is actually what I shoot the yarn into, and that is what I use to make it. A target audience is also another thing that I got asked a lot about in my other things. A popular customer are local businesses. It also helps promote me and them. The 2 rugs you see up there are 2 local businesses I have worked with, the one on the left being a barrel racing company called Reigning Warriors. That rug is glass framed, and they have it hung up with them right now. And the other one is a local tattoo shop, which I actually work at right now with them. It is hung up also in there. And another thing that I work with a tattoo shop with is we have a front place where everyone comes in, signs in. My rugs that are made that have not sold yet are being hung up and displayed there and being sold there. My startup goods, things that I bought myself to make it. I bought the stand that I showed you in a previous slide. I made that myself out of 2x4s. It cost me around $40. The tufting gun, which is actually what you see on the screen there, is what I thread the yarn into to shoot into the monk's cloth that makes the rugs. it costs anywhere from $100 to $300. I paid $250 for mine. The one shown up on there is actually the one that I use personally that is at my house. The drawing materials, which is something that was mentioned in my BMC and other stuff, I just use permanent Sharpies, draws onto the monk's cloth, cost me around $10. I also use a projector, which it costs anywhere from $75 to $150. I paid $120 for mine, but that's what I project onto the monk's cloth, and I trace with a Sharpie onto there, which I then proceed with the gun to shoot through it. The yarn, I've spent anywhere from $20 on yarn to shoot into, and I've spent also $150 on yarn. It can vary between what you want, how many colors you want, the size of it. The two that y'all have in front of you are the smaller options that I've made. The Reigning Warriors one is the biggest one I go. That one was 4 square feet. The yarn, or the cloth and non-slip backing, which is actually on the back of that, that is rubberized, made to stay so that it doesn't move around. Both of those cost $20 a piece, $40 combined, and yeah, that's what I say. I think that's it. I don't really have a main ask, just my ask was gonna be between $3,000 and $5,000. I would like to make more stands in it and buy more guns, because I also, not only do I just wanna make this, I wanna get more guns to help other people make it. I wanna show people how to make it.
I'm about to sign us up for a class.
I know. So great presentation. We're over here saying we'll sign up for your first class, because we go down the rabbit hole of all the videos when we watch people on line duties.
Yeah.
So love the idea of doing the personalization with logos. So do you freehand those, or do you bring them in through some sort of graphic design software and then project it?
I'm actually working at the tattoo shop to become a tattoo artist, which is actually what I do now. So I have a tablet that we also design tattoos on that I also use to design personal rugs. And I sketch them up, I draw them up, and that's what I do with how to make the personal ones.
And so when you said you charged $50 per square foot,
Yeah.
you take into account the different cost of yarn then in that as well, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job.
I think you covered me. That was wonderful.
Yeah, great job. I am the opposite of these two. I've never seen this before, so I
Yeah,
had no idea what
that's
you're talking about.
A lot of people.
But it looks really cool, and it sounds like you know what you're doing. So what is your long-term goal? Is it to operate and to sell these, or to provide education so others can learn how to do it?
See, the big idea would be to make a store that I can sell the ones that I've made, but also to show people how to make them and teach people how to make them. So if you want to come in and do like an activity with your kids or something, we can show you how to do it. You can make your own rug, take it home with you the next day or that day, and just have that with you of a rug that you made, or to buy rugs that you like, that you see.
So like a studio with a educational workshop. Okay, great, thank you.
And you may have said this. How long did it take you to make, say, this rug?
I did not. But that rug right there, that one took me 30 minutes to make, and then
Stop.
that took me 30 minutes to make, and then I have to glue it up. I let it set every night just to make sure everything's intact so the yarn doesn't come out. But I mean, as I've gotten better at it, the quicker I've gotten. And I mean, I've made some in 30 minutes. Some have taken me 2 hours. It just really just depends.
So you could like have a class where you came in, brought some guns, showed people how to do it, and they could walk out with something
Yeah.
that they made. Cool.
We've got like one more question if anybody has one.
Have you considered expanding your idea and going into like YouTube channel or TikTok and being able to show how to do this online?
Yeah, this is actually where I picked it up from, is from TikTok. And I've had multiple people tell me, and I've actually been working on it, just trying to figure out how to do it right, get the setup for it, of getting the videos and everything.
You know what? Cell phones have the technology. Just start.
Yeah.
With the eye center. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're not stealing inventory. Show us the keys out. We're not stealing the inventory. You can buy it.
So that concludes our small business component part of Spark West Virginia, and we are now starting our big ideas section. So first up is seasons.
Ew.
That'd be interesting.
guys hear that this is the transition between small to big ideas?
So bored.
Me too. I've got a packet of firecrackers.
Let's go behind Walmart and light them up.
I mean, there's nothing better to do around here.
Wait! We don't have to do that kind of stuff anymore, guys. We have Seasons.
What seasons?
Seasons is your next destination for safe, family-filled fun.
What kind of fun?
Seasonal fun. Seasons is a massive 3-acre dome that features an artificial season inside, which is the opposite of the natural season outside, and the customer can partake in both, meaning you can celebrate the summer in winter, spring in fall, and vice versa.
Well, season sounds like a lot more fun than firecrackers.
That's for sure.
Let us give you the broad strokes. In an area like Princeton, West Virginia, it seems like there's nothing to do. Seasons gives families and young people something fun to occupy their time and stimulates our local economy.
Like Jacob said, Season simulates a season inside a 3-acre temperature-controlled dome, which is the opposite of the actual season outdoors.
The dome is situated on 250 acres in Princeton, West Virginia.
Seasons employees even go to great lengths to fully immerse our customers. They even dress seasonally specific.
More than that, Seasons has vendors set up all across the complex to sell food items and merchandise.
If you think Season sounds big, you're right. That's why we have a 1 kilometer tram going around for transport and sightseeing.
Now for the activities.
Seasons offers some of the following activities to customers with each of the 4 seasons.
In spring, we offer driving ranges, putt-putt, greenhouses, hiking tours, and so much more.
In the summer, we offer things like swimming, ATV riding, fishing, campfires, but there's much more.
In the fall, we offer axe throwing, archery, pumpkin carving, and many more other activities.
In the winter, we offer indoor and outdoor skiing, ice fishing, ice skating, snowboarding, light shows, and so many more cold weather activities.
Now for our partnerships.
For Seasons to supply the products that we need for our customers, we partner with many local businesses, such as Trophies and More for our merchandise, and local restaurants for our food sale needs. The relationship is mutually beneficial for Seasons and the local economy. More than that, we partner with MICTech Vocational Learning for our construction and HVAC needs.
Now you might be asking, what about the costs? Well, the dome, being central to our company, would be priced at $4.6 million per acre of dome.
The heating and cooling units of the dome would be around $3 million as an initial cost.
You have to have somewhere for the dome to go, and land in the Princeton, West Virginia area is currently averaging about $2,749 per undeveloped acre.
The tram for travel will be priced at $28 million for the 1 kilometer.
How we profit.
Of course, Seasons' main revenue comes from admission ticket sales.
Tickets are sold on a daily basis and enables customers to partake in any indoor and outdoor activities for the day. Our target market is people aged 10 to 30 who need something safe and fulfilling to do in Princeton, West Virginia, and surrounding areas. Their daily admission tickets are $85 a day.
Children under the age of 3 are free for the daily pass.
People age 60 and up are $50 a day.
Keep in mind, however, Seasons doesn't just profit off tickets. We sell merchandise and food.
The price plan and profitability.
With our total initial cost of $47,670,000, we would need to sell 560,000 tickets. When you factor in the population and desire of something like Seasons, as well as sales from merchandise, it's achievable.
So here's our ask.
What we're building isn't cheap, but it has the ability to be extremely profitable, which is why we are asking for $18 million to cover the costs for our dome.
So now let's meet the sophomore team.
My name is Leah. I'm representing Summer, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer.
My name is Brooklyn. I'm representing Spring, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
My name's Jonathan. I'm representing Fall, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
My name's Jacob, and I represent Winter, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
Seasons might be pricey, but it's our mission that is worthwhile. We want to provide a rural area like ours something safe and fun to occupy our youth and family time.
In an area like Princeton, West Virginia, we have limited options, and that lack of options often leads our youth to do bad things. With Seasons, we can curb just that.
Thank you for your time and the opportunity to be here. Do you have any questions?
Good presentation. So, was it the fact that you guys didn't have enough things to do in Princeton that you came up with the idea?
Yeah, Princeton's a really rural area like most of West Virginia. Like Huntington might not have that much to do, but it has so much more to do compared to Princeton. And it leads kids to do things that aren't good activities because people do things out of boredom all the time.
Correct. Have you guys walked through or driven around in Princeton and figured out where this dome is going to go?
Yeah, there's this area outside Princeton where they put soccer complexes called East River Mountain, and there's plenty of area that is both flat and hillish terrain, and we've built a tram like Pipestem. The big idea ever came true.
Good job.
I love your idea. Big things come from big ideas, and so appreciate you guys thinking really, really big. As someone who grew up in southern West Virginia, yes, a big dome would be fun. And it capitalized on the tourist stuff. We'll see about the 18 million, right? I think we have that money. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is really a fun idea. Two things. Where did you decide to get your cost estimates? Because I don't think there's anything like this already, right?
Well, there is something similar. It's less touristy. It's in Cornwall, England. It's called the Eden Project. It was constructed in 2001. It's a giant temperature-controlled dome, similar to how we are. Covers about 5 acres, I believe. Meant to be an artificial rainforest indoors. So far, since 2003, has managed to bring upwards of $1 billion to Cornwall, which Cornwall is very similar, actually, to like southern West Virginia. Just very rural, not a lot of large towns. So that is where a lot of the cost estimates came from, just kind of scaling it down towards what ours would fit.
And if I could add to that, in Dubai, they have something like this indoor skiing thing, to where if it's summer, you can still celebrate winter. And the indoor skiing in Dubai, after a research, we found that it attracts 775,000 people every single year just for the skiing aspect of it.
Nice. And how long do the seasons last? How long does it take to transition from summer to winter?
We would follow what the seasons were in actual West Virginia. So like say, if it's summer outside, the dates that summer begins and ends is the dates that we have winter inside the dome. Whenever that switches, we switch.
So how big do you imagine this dome would need to be to do everything? Like you mentioned a driving range, things like that.
3 acres.
Up next is Saving Charleston.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Bailey. I'm currently a senior at Herbert Hoover High School. My idea is called Saving Charleston, A Journey of Hope. It is currently a nonprofit service program. Right now, I plan to go up to WVU in the fall. I am a triple business completer, and I was a state DECA finalist this year. Right now, we have a current problem in Charleston of inadequate servicing driving people away. So there's a need for a consistent system that can take care of this problem year-round. My idea is to partner all of the 8 Kanawha County high schools to have an assigned month where they do a service program to better Charleston, whether it's a mural, cleaning the area, fixing small little things that they can. And then in the final month, they will use it as a way to evaluate the success of the program and to be able to kind of see if this would go to other communities and just kind of celebrate their success. My market, I actually decided to reach out to them. I did a survey to see what parents would be okay with, if this was any interest, if people felt like this would be successful. Right now, about 80% said that they avoided Charleston because of the issues that currently happen. It's just kind of dirty. They clean it up for regatta, but then, it's not lasting year-round. About 80% said that they would allow their children to participate in this program. And the people that said no didn't have children or felt like it was an inevitable issue. And then I asked if they thought it would be effective. And 90% believed that it would, and that this would be able to grow to other communities as well. So the problem here is that there's less tourism, locals are being driven away, and we're losing money, which is hurting our local economy. So this is giving an opportunity to clean the environment, draw back in that money, bring back the locals, allow service involvement for students. And it's a model for people, like communities, to launch right now, and I want to pilot it in West Virginia, in Charleston, to give back to my own community. So my ask is $2,500 to open a chapter. This breaks down into $1,000 for all the needed, service curriculum, $500 for the teacher mentor stipend, $500 for the equipment, and then $500 for any extra supplies to be able to clean. The equipment would be the painting stuff, anything like that. In reality, I would like to be able to put this money forth in WVU. I want to double major, and I have a goal to graduate debt-free, which is a hefty goal, especially at WVU. Thank you. This concludes my presentation.
Nice presentation, great idea.
you.
I like that.
Thank you.
How do you plan to keep this sustainable? So you go to college, and then what happens after that?
Well, right now, I would not obviously be able to start this right away. This is something that I could, pass on to someone else that's interested, kind of sell off to someone else, so that way they can start it, because I would like to see it, help Charleston. I work here, I live here, I plan to come back here, so I would like to be able to see this grow.
In Kanawha County, is it mandated that students do some sort of service work for them to graduate?
I think they do allow you to give that opportunity for credit hours and everything else. I know at my school we had the opportunity for a cord, for a plaque for how many hours we serve, but I do not think it's mandatory. But this would definitely help.
Yes.
Like schools be like, hey, like we have a great opportunity, especially since it's a chapter. Like this is something you can offer. It's $2,500 per school, so it'd be like $30,000 total for all 8.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Is it'd be a great opportunity to bring in those service hours.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
It would absolutely help them.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd already thought about a model for recruitment of the students to work with you. Like, how are you going to focus them towards the one direction of improving Charleston?
Well, I hope that there would be 15 to 20 students that would want to be able to be in a chapter, because that's how many I would say it would require. It would make sense for the money for just like 5 students to be interested. So that's where I would hope. Thank you.
And just to make a quick double check, is tag on the go here? Tag on the go? Somewhere. Next up, we have Sigley Signs.
Hello, my name is Vincent, and I'm the creator of Sigley Signs, an imagined company that was first brought to life by the Wetzel County Innovation Showcase. It all started when I created a sign as a project to improve my local community. It was well received by my community, and after meeting with EQT, it inspired the idea that maybe it could be more. Here's a list of my achievements and experiences. I've attended the West Virginia CTE Day at the legislature for the past 2 years, and I've been a member of the West Virginia State TSA Conference for the past 3. I've earned 6 first place awards and 4 second place awards, and I've been a national champion and ranked top 10 every year. In 2022, I placed first in the West Virginia Department of Education Culinary Challenge. I've had the opportunity to present to representatives from EQT as well. Sigley Signs started with the Wetzel County Innovation Showcase competition to solve a local, real-world problem. I needed to create a solution to a local signage issue that led to a jump in accidents and large gas industry-related truck traffic. I needed to improve local road safety in the community and increase awareness of high-risk areas of highways for all oversized trucks. The problem: the increase of oversized truck traffic due to the oil and gas industry led to further accidents. Contractor drivers may not know the local roads and often lead to these accidents. I needed to increase the awareness of high-risk areas along county and state route highways and develop a high-vis sign to grab the attention of drivers and place each sign within 500 feet of other existing road signs. Solutions: I collected data from the Wetzel County 911 Center to locate the high accident areas along the highways in my community. I need to create a custom warning road sign to alert truck drivers of high accident-prone areas in order to get them to exercise caution and slow down. I can use LED lights and reflective vinyl to gain the attention of truck drivers. The product: I can create a new innovative road sign that is eye-catching to drivers. It's a cost-effective road safety solution. By using LED lights and reflective vinyl, I can gain the attention of truck drivers. The vinyl that is used on my sign is reflective to help further increase awareness. Cost: all my materials come to $286. The retail price will be $386. I do not include labor or installing fees because I am strictly just making the signs. Target customers: my customer base is very specific. My target audience and buyers consist of contracting companies, oil and gas companies, as well as State Department of Highways. You can help support Sigley Signs with a $10,000 investment towards equipment, marketing, etc. This will provide sufficient funding to make Sigley Signs one step closer to reality. I want to win because my community would greatly benefit from the extra signage by providing safer road conditions for truck drivers and community drivers. I can reduce vehicle accidents of both truck drivers and community drivers and their families. Sigley Signs will improve the safety and well-being of drivers and community members alike. Thank you. Real quick before I run out of time, judges, if you haven't looked in your folder already, you'll see I have a copy of my pitch deck. I have a business card and a little prototype made of white acrylic of my sign. I also have a brief resume.
Great presentation. 2 questions. Do you have to follow Department of Transportation standards when you're making a sign? And then 2, is there a solar option for that so that it doesn't have to be plugged in?
Yeah, so I actually explored the option of solar-powered lights. Right now, my prototype is being plugged in, but then again, it is a prototype. I would like the finished product to be solar-powered, so that way it's kind of a lower maintenance thing. You don't have to worry about changing. You don't have to worry about like power supply stuff like that. What was your other question?
About Department of Transportation standards. There are certain colors for signs and sizes for signs.
So I would need to double check that. However, since I'm just making the sign, I would leave that up to the person that is buying my sign to make sure that they're within the area, like as far as like if there's any other like permits that they need, or if there's I also included on my sign, those are pre-existing symbols, so I think that it should be okay for use.
Great presentation, very impressive with all of your awards already. Where are you currently manufacturing, and what are your long-term goals?
I'm in 100, West Virginia.
Are you doing this out of your home?
Well, I was doing it at my school. This currently is my only sign. Like I said in my presentation, I did it for the Wetzel County Innovation Showcase. So this is the only sign that I have, and I did it at my school using my school's like vinyl cutter and stuff like that.
And is this something that you plan to do full-time?
I mean, if possible, that'd be cool, yeah.
So as you went out and had conversations with EQT, by the way, congratulations on being able to have a conversation with them about this important issue. Are they open to and also helping you have those introductions once you can make the sign to have it in other areas in the state and other areas that they work?
I don't know. That would have to be discussed with EQT. Whenever I had a meeting, I met with them last May, and I met with the EQT Foundation president, Ellen Rossi, and they liked the idea, but there were a few issues because they were in PA and they wanted their signs all around. There were issues that they had to look into, like different permits, and again, it was the whole relation between EQT and the Department of Highways in both states that they would need to work out the kinks. So.
At least you've started the conversation.
Yeah.
So good job.
Thank you.
Next up, we have AED drones.
Yes. Yeah. So all these microphones work. Make sure all of them work. Maybe. Other side. Ooh. So
We are AED Drones Flying to Save You. This is our team. We specialize in piloting drones autonomously. We wanted to create an automated network of drones to quickly deliver AEDs to provide medical support to people who are having heart attacks, to reach them in this 5-minute window. Because once you go past 5 minutes of being in cardiac arrest, there's a possibility for brain damage and death. And we really want to get there before that happens. These drones would deliver these automated external defibrillators in rural and remote areas to people having heart attacks. Dispatch will be called, and the dispatch will be called for the heart attack victim, and dispatch will relay this information to the remote piloting command. The pilot will then give this address, he will just type it into this thing so that at the push of a button, the drone will go point A to point B, straight to the address, drop off the AED. The AED will verbally guide the user on how to use it. You don't necessarily have to be trained for it. And after the ambulance clears out, the pilot will retrieve, inspect, and return the drone to its container. And these containers will be weatherproof and solar powered so that they can be charged at all times. If something goes wrong, the pilot can take over the flight controls. And if loss of link occurs between the pilot and the drone will finish the mission by itself. These drones can travel about 45 miles per hour and cover 3.5 miles in about 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Pilot, dispatch, and paramedics will be trained to work together so that nobody gets in each other's way. No one stops the ambulance from getting out and rushing them to the hospital. Our business operations, our competitive advantage is that we're at the forefront of this concept. No one else is really in the market for this yet. We're really the only people doing this right now. Cost-wise, we're going to see some growth about after the first year of service. Most of the United States is rural, and those are going to be the areas that we focus on first. We're going to get most of our publicity through TV and radio ads, social media campaigns. Risk management, we just have to make sure the drone doesn't run into any obstacles, make sure our equipment is always up to standard mint condition so that nothing goes wrong. The cost will be an initially low profit margin in often low income areas. FAA approval we will get from a special exception to fly beyond visual line of sight. We have different ways to educate people on how to use AEDs if they so need it, with social media or group education places such as churches, Masons, women's group, and bingo halls. We will track performance by making sure the AED is on-site and helpful at all times, and a 6-month review with the EMS to make sure that it's working. Where this idea came from was one of our team members had someone close to them fall victim to a heart attack, and they were surrounded by friends and family, and they called ambulance as soon as they possibly could, but the ambulance still couldn't get there in time. And we have the knowledge and technology to prevent things like this. It just has not been implemented yet. A little over 10% of everyone in the United States who has a heart attack will die from it. With our network of drones, we can try to decrease these numbers and eventually cover the entire US. Paramedics will not reach a heart attack victim in 5 minutes a lot of the time. We can deliver this life-saving device to at least buy them some time until the real paramedics can get there, save some lives. The paramedics have trouble just getting there in the first place because they have to deal with things like dirt, hills, traffic. We get to just fly straight over all of that, and we don't have to worry. We can hurry up and get them the help they need so we can save lives. We're selling this product to the emergency medical services. Many ambulances take about 7 minutes to arrive to a 911 call, and that puts our customers in a life-threatening situation. Instead of waiting for emergency medical services, we can give them medical support so that the ambulance has more time to save the lives. We'll need about $50,000 a year from emergency medical services for 1 to 3, $60,000 for 4 to 6, $70,000 for 7 to 9, and that's going to be, as you can see on the screen, about our profit after about a year of it being in play. We're going to, just to jumpstart, get the company started, we would like to ask for $4,400 for 3 drones, $4,500 for 3 AEDs, $1,500 for 3 storage boxes, $4,000 for 2 computers to run the software, and we got in contact with someone who develops software, and they will give us something tailored to our needs for only $100,000, making our total ask $115,000. This has been AED Drones. Any questions?
I love the idea. For someone who lives in rural, it is an awesome, awesome idea. Couple of questions. Let's say the local ambulance authority buys 2 of these and it's dispatched. Is it your pilot that's flying it? Once it takes flight, your pilot would pick it up and say, okay, I know where it's going, or does the emergency medical services have to provide their own pilot?
We will have our own drone technicians kind of keep track of where the drone is going. It'll do the entire flight by itself unless something goes wrong, and we have this pilot on, that's watching at all times to make sure that it goes smoothly and everything, and the drone gets to where it needs to be, AED's dropped off, and then once the AED is dropped off and the ambulance leaves, the pilot will go in, make sure the drone is fine, it landed safely, recover it and the AED, and return it to its container.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like this idea a lot too. Have you thought about your business structure? Are you guys thinking about being a for-profit or a non-profit business, or have you thought about that yet?
I mean, just like for the first year, we're not going to have a lot of profit because we're going to have to use most of this money to just like get it off the ground and everything. It's going to be a pretty expensive startup. But as it goes forward, we will be able to use some profits, and we can use these to further develop this company, and we can even maybe eventually start delivering other things like EpiPens, Narcan, other things to help medical situations.
Yeah, I think that's great to think about. And if you decided to go into the nonprofit route, I think you'd be eligible for grant funding. You're providing an extremely valuable service. So great job.
So to be able to reach the people that you want to reach in rural, are you looking to have your pilots be located next to like the volunteer fire departments so that they're being released when the fire department goes?
The recovery of the drone is like, we don't have to be there right after. We kind of want to be a little later than whenever they pick it up so we don't get in their way. Because if we get there and we get ambulances there, then we block them in, and then it's kind of counterproductive. But we're going to have a ground control station somewhere in a remote area that the drone pilot will be able to watch it from and pilot this drone from, and it's going to have these computers in it.
Great. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know if I can do mine in 20 seconds. This is going to be rough. I just wasted 2 seconds of time. Do you all have your Part 107s as far as the FAA is concerned so that you could fly these drones? Because you said you would be flying them and then it would be acting autonomously beyond visual line of sight, right? That you would get waivers?
Yes. We took a class, a robotics class, and some of us did take this test and pass it. We do have our Part 107s, as well as our mentor has his Part 107.
Have you guys seen the beach drones that are delivering the rafts to those drowning victims? They disperse the rafts.
I actually haven't seen that.
It seems like a similar look, and this conversation's big around this, like right now. So it's cool that you guys are presenting on this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our final presentation of Spark West Virginia is Tag on the Go.
Good afternoon. My name Good afternoon. My name is Millie Bibb.
I'm Alexis Westfall.
We represent the Ripley FFA chapter, and we are your Tag on the Go team. Now you may be asking yourselves, what is Tag on the Go? Tag on the Go is a smartphone app that will help assist livestock producers with all their livestock's management needs. Now let's get into the problem. The livestock producers that we have surveyed tell us that the things that they struggle most with is keeping track of their health records, vaccinations, and breeding and birthing dates, and even the location of their animal. The solution we propose is an app that works with existing GPS and RFID technology to help livestock producers manage their problems.
Tag on the Go gives you the ability to scan your animal with your smartphone. It also sends you notifications when you need vaccination records or there's breeding dates. It'll also send you notifications when your cow's out of the field or something. We have surveyed a lot of people from West Virginia, and 3/4 of them are hobby farmers. They would rather have Tag on the Go at their fingertips. The other amount of farmers are large farmers with over 50 animals. They would rather have Tag on the Go so that they don't have to write all their needs and stuff on calendars and notebooks.
We are asking an initial investment of $50,000 to help with the design and the app development. We would hire app developers and third-party application programming interface to help us better understand the technology behind the app. The app development and the third-party API would be the most money we would spend in our ask. Our revenue streams would be the app itself, which would be $10, and then the subscription, which would be $15 to $25 a month, depending on your herd size. The only hardware that the livestock producers would need would be the GPS and RFID tags, which would be $5 each, and they would supply their own smartphone. Tag on the Go will allow every livestock producers the ease to access the latest GPS and RFID technology to have all of their important herding information right at their fingertips. Thank you. What questions do you have?
Great presentation. So what all do you girls raise? Because I know you're with FFA, you've raised something.
I raise cattle and goats.
Cattle and goats.
I have family that has a lot of animals like cows and goats and everything.
I've had experience with raising chickens.
Okay, great job. My dad's a Black Angus farmer, so being a solo farmer, he's in between large and hobbyist. I like the idea that you guys have in here about the GPS tracking, because he calves in the middle of winter. Why? Don't ask. When it'll be able to notify him that the mom has not moved, and so she's probably calving at that point. So I like the idea, and I like the fact that your tag will then be able to move from and be designed to go from goats to cows to sheep, because sheep are also ones that wander off where they're not supposed to. So yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job. I've seen you guys before, so good second time. Yeah, I love this idea. How do you get the data entered? Will you do that? Do you have to hire someone to do that? Who keeps track of all the data?
on like when you download it, you put in all your information, like you have your phone on you all the time. So when you go out and you give your cow, say, a vaccination, you would just plug that into your phone, and then it would automatically set it to when it needs another, like if it needs a booster or everything.
Okay, and then there's a GPS too. That'll be pre-coded, and so you'll know where your animals are?
Yes.
Is that, okay, good, thanks.
So, really great job. Will this work in places without phone service, or do you need to be in a place that has phone service?
This will work outside of phone service. It will bounce off towers, and it would automatically save everything. There isn't anything that needs service to load or anything.
All right, I'll go since we have a couple seconds. What are your long-term goals? Is this something the three of you intend to do kind of on a full-time basis? Or are you going to hire other team members? What do you see in the future?
We plan on sticking with it long term. We just don't really understand a lot within the technology aspect, so we'll hire professionals to work within the app just to get it running up.
So that concludes Spark West Virginia and our first annual competition. So I'd love to give another round of applause to all of our wonderful students today. And then another round of applause for our wonderful judges and all of their great feedback and questions. So for all of our Spark contestants, I'm sure you guys are starving, so you guys are free to mill about Huntington, plenty of places to go for lunch and grab food. You are welcome to also stay within this area and watch the next couple competitions. We have Ignite West Virginia, followed by Hayhurst Invitational. And then also we just ask that you are back within this vicinity at 6 p.m. for our awards reception banquet. Thank you.
Yay, Pam! Yay, Pam!